Welcome to today's Explainer, where we are going on a hunt for a hidden empire. Now, if you're around 10 years old, you have probably heard tons of stories about kingdoms, right? But today, we're going to look at a kingdom that is entirely invisible, completely unexpected, and totally real. Okay, let's dive into this and discover what a real kingdom actually looks like. When I say the word kingdom, I want you to close your eyes for just a second and imagine what that looks like. You're probably picturing giant stone castles, knights with shiny swords, huge armies marching in a line, or kings wearing heavy gold crowns making strict laws. That's how the world usually works. But I want you to guess, where do you think the most powerful kingdom in the entire world might be hiding right now? Is it in the secret fortress? Is it on some remote island? Well, hold on to your guess, because the answer is going to completely surprise you.
Section 1. What is a kingdom?
To really understand this, we need to travel back in time to the world where Jesus lived, over 2,000 years ago. And let me tell you, it was absolutely not an easy place to grow up. The government was corrupt, and the world was filled with crying abuses, which basically means people were being treated so badly they literally cried out for help. There was extortion, which is just a fancy word for bullies in charge forcing people to hand over their hard-earned money. There was intolerance, where people were hated just for being different, and grinding cruelty, which means the meanness just never ever seemed to stop. Now, if you or I lived there, we'd probably want to start a massive rebellion, right? We'd want to fight back and overthrow the bad guys. But Jesus, he completely surprised everyone. He didn't try to start civil reforms, he didn't build an army, and he didn't interfere with the people in power at all.
Now, you might be wondering, why would Jesus do that? Was he just ignoring all the terrible things happening? No way! He absolutely cared about the sadness of the people. But he knew a secret about how the world works. He knew that the remedy did not lie in merely human and external measures. Think about it like this. If you have a broken arm, slapping a tiny Band-Aid on your skin isn't going to fix the bone, right? Changing the outside rules, or just swapping out one human ruler for another, just wasn't enough to actually cure the real deep sickness in the world.
Section 2. The wrong kind of kingdom.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how a group of people called the Pharisees reacted. They were the religious leaders of the day, and they were expecting a loud, flashy, earthly kingdom to come crashing in and save them. Over 3 years before this moment, John the Baptist had made a huge announcement. His message was like a massive trumpet call blasting across the land, saying, "The kingdom of heaven is at hand," meaning, get ready, it's here. But 3 whole years had passed. The Pharisees were looking around, literally tapping their feet, waiting for obvious signs of a powerful new government. They wanted trumpets, banners, the whole shebang. So they went right up to Jesus and demanded to know, when is this kingdom of God actually coming?
So we've got a massive clash of expectations here. On one side, the Pharisees wanted an outward show. They expected to see manifestations of earthly power, swords, shields, and loud politics. But Jesus, he deliberately kept aloof, meaning he stayed completely away from earthly governments. Why? Because you just can't force a person to be truly good using a government law. Jesus knew he had to reach people individually.
Section 3. The kingdom is inside you.
When the Pharisees demanded to know where the kingdom was, Jesus gave them an incredible, completely unexpected twist. It's a twist that honestly still surprises people today. He looked at them and basically said, the kingdom of God doesn't come with outward show. Don't say, look, it's over here, or look, it's over there, because, behold, the kingdom of God is within you. So the crucial point is this. Jesus told them to stop looking around for castles and armies. The true kingdom of God doesn't begin on a map. It begins right in your heart.
Our source material uses a really powerful word for this, regenerate. To regenerate the heart is the necessary cure. Imagine your heart is like a computer that has a bad glitch, making it do selfish or unkind things. You can't fix the computer by just painting the outside of the monitor, right? You literally have to rewrite the code on the inside. That's exactly what regenerate means. It means to fix, renew, and change a person completely from the inside out. God's kingdom works by reaching you individually and giving you a brand new loving heart.
Section 4. How this kingdom grows.
Which naturally makes you wonder, okay, if this kingdom doesn't use armies, swords, or new laws, how in the world does it actually get bigger? How does an invisible kingdom conquer anything? Well, it doesn't conquer with force, it conquers with love. It happens in a few specific, quiet ways. Step 1, through the gentleness of the inspiration of His Word. It's not about yelling, it's the gentle truth. Step 2, the inward working of His Spirit. It's a quiet, invisible change happening right inside your mind and feelings. And step 3, the fellowship of the soul with Him. That simply means being close friends with Jesus, walking with Him every single day. It's quiet, it's gentle, and it is incredibly powerful.
In fact, if you want to know what the ultimate proof of this kingdom's power actually is, it is simply this: human nature brought to the perfection of the character of Christ. The biggest flex of God's power isn't throwing lightning bolts or taking over a capital city. No way. The greatest power in the universe is taking a flawed, normal human being and helping their heart become so full of love that they act perfectly like Jesus. That is a literal miracle.
Section 5. Sharing the greatest treasure. Let's move to and see how this builds, because entering this kingdom means you are handed the most valuable thing in the universe. Think about all the gold, all the diamonds, all the money, the treasured wealth of men since the world began. Imagine a giant mountain of it. Compared to the imperishable riches God gave us when He gave us His Son, Jesus, that mountain of gold is absolute nothingness. Earthly treasures break, they get lost, they get stolen, but the riches of God's kingdom are imperishable. They last forever.
And I absolutely love this phrase from our source text, the hoarded love of eternity. Imagine a giant cosmic vault where God has been saving up and hoarding His massive, endless love since before time even began. When Christ came to earth, He stood before us, swung open that vault, and offered us all of that hoarded, eternal love. It's almost too big to even wrap our heads around.
But, He doesn't just hand it to us so we can go hide it under our beds. We have an exciting 3-step mission in this inside-out kingdom. Through our connection with Jesus, we get to do 3 things with this treasure. 1, we receive it. We open up and let His love into our hearts. 2, we reveal it. We let that love shine so people can actually see Jesus in the way we act. And 3, we impart it. That means we actively share it, give it away, and show that radical kindness to everyone around us.
So here is the big challenge for you today. You know the secret now. The most powerful kingdom isn't built with stones or swords, it's built right inside your heart. So how will you receive, reveal, and impart His endless love today? Think about just one person you can show the character of Jesus to right now. Because when you do that, you aren't just a regular kid. You are an active, powerful part of the invisible kingdom of God. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.